So here we are approaching the Shanghai People's Heroes Memorial Tower. It is located on the bot at the confluence of the Huangpu River and the Suzhou River, with a construction area of 16,000 square meters. The building was completed in 1993 to commemorate the revolutionary martyrs who gave their lives for the liberation of Shanghai since 1840. In 1987, according to the proposal of the sixth session of the 8th Shanghai Municipal People's Congress, the Shanghai Municipal Government decided to build a monument to the people's heroes of Shanghai. From more than 100 design schemes, we finally chose the scheme designed by Shanghai Tongji University and Shanghai Municipal Design Institute. The ground was broken in November 1988 and the first pile was laid in January 1991. The monument was completed and opened to the public in 1994 on the 45th anniversary of the liberation of Shanghai. The monument to the People's Heroes of Shanghai is a cone-shaped monument with a simple, clear, stable, and straight body, pointing straight upward to the sky. The shape of the monument consists of 3 spears together, and these 3 spears are each 60 meters high. With the form of spears, people think of the power and delight they feel when they saw the People's Liberation Army come into the bustling Shanghai. This history has left a very deep impression on people in Shanghai. When emancipating Shanghai from Kuomintang, these heroes didn't use any weapon that may damage the buildings of Shanghai and the innocent people here. This added more injuries to the Liberation Army. However, the Liberation Army didn't complain. They still fight for Shanghai. People in Shanghai are very thankful to them. This tower sits in the Huangpu Park, and it had a sad story behind that. When part of Shanghai became a foreign concession of Western countries, the Huangpu Park was to be built. The Western constructors and Chinese constructors raised money for the construction of this park. However, after construction, Chinese people are banned from visiting this park. Here is the typical sign with this written, "No dogs and Chinese allowed." This stirred Chinese people's determination to fight back and fight for liberation and emancipation. That was a big shame of China. Here is the inscription. In the Great Revolutionary War, martyrs who sacrificed will be all but forgotten. In the heroic people's revolutionary struggle since the Great May 4th movement, the people's heroes who died in Shanghai will be all but forgotten. Since the Opium War in 1840, in order to fight against internal and external enemies, to fight for national independence and liberation, and to strive for the freedom and happiness of the people's heroes who died in all these struggles in Shanghai will be all but forgotten. When we are walking towards the sunken plaza, we can see the sculpture on the wall of the plaza. These figures are in the sunken plaza, also a place for people to owe and respect the monuments. The sculptures have most of the main events and characters carved, and from the numbers of people you can see actually how many people were involved in the emancipation of Shanghai in the 20th century. In the sunken plaza, you are completely blocked from the hustles and bustles of Shanghai because what you can see is only these sculptures. The plaza forms a circle, making people feel that they are surrounded by these great people. Standing at the center of the plaza and looking at the sculptures, people feel that these great people are talking to them directly, mobilizing them, and they become part of the movement. When they collect their thoughts, they'll find how great the movement was, and they will respect these people more and more. Seeing these sculptures, people are guided to a quick journey to the big events that happen in Shanghai and feel the raging blood when they are planning to emancipate Shanghai and bring happiness to people. The building is composed of 3 sky-high spears. Each spear stands for one major campaign, one for the Opium War, one for the May 4th movement, one for the War of Liberation. The 3 spear-shaped towers of people's heroes' monuments symbolize the immortality of the martyrs who died in glory since the Opium War, the May 4th movement, and the Liberation War. The 3 towering pillars, like silent monuments, commemorate the revolutionary pioneers who died for the liberation of Shanghai from 1840 to 1949. Standing under the stout and majestic tower, people would look up at the top of the tower and see 3 straight lines vertically upward. People's thoughts will be lifted to the sky, to the infinity, so that people have a lofty respect. These spears are like the bodies of giants. These giants protected us and paved the road of freedom for us. When you are under the tower, you will feel the sense of safety and proud. These spears act as the break of the chain. Previous people and heroes used their life to end the humiliation of Chinese people at that time. When we place the tower here, it reminds me of the painstaking days the martyrs experienced. People then realize how lucky they are to be born in an age like this. Near this tower, you can actually see the police. They're waiting here every day in case some people do anything disrespectful or harmful. You can actually see how important the monument is for this city. If I say during the daytime, people feel the greatness and the momentum of these great people and the Liberation Army, in the night, we feel this monument in a totally different way. This is a picture of the tower during the night. Unlike the momentum you feel during the day, you can actually see that the red is bloody red. The color is kind of muted, soft, not exaggerating itself as the neon lights of the buildings in the background do. This represents the blood the Liberation Army sacrificed to emancipate Shanghai. During daytime, people who visit this monument will feel excitement about the great people and heroes who emancipated Shanghai and applause for their courage. But at night, people will think of the potential injuries that are inevitable when emancipating Shanghai. Many people must have died, and their family must be broken since then. Only at this time, people realize the stressful history of the past. Fortunately, we born in this peaceful age. We remember this struggle and we will continue their spirit. The bloody spears in the night can be seen from a distance and urges people to respect the previous heroes and value the life they have now, and to protect this life. Thank you very much.